Up next, it is my honor to introduce the team from CleverApply. CleverApply is working on the college application process to remove inefficiencies for international students in colleges by eliminating redundant fees and services with the Hyperledger Blockchain. CleverApply was founded by 4 students here in Miami: Ashton Barger, Daria Desai, Jack Gilchrist, Karan Gupta, along with Jahan Ghaznavi from Cleveland.
Hi guys. Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good.
So I'm Karan Gupta, and that's my friend Jack Gilchrist. So I'm gonna introduce what CleverApply first. So last semester in November, we got this unique opportunity to go to Blockchain. It was a hackathon in Cleveland, and we presented our project called DocTrack. It was a private digital document transmission net on a Hyperledger blockchain network. And one of the other team members got interested in an idea, that was Jahan Ghaznavi. We invented 2 teams together, and that's how CleverApply was born. So that's our 4 team members: Desai, Jack Gilchrist, Jahan, me, and Ashton. So I, being from India, I'm an international student from India, and I applied to Miami University. So it was really hard for me to come all the way from a different country. The college application process is a really stressful process. You have to go through a lot of different departments. You have to sign a lot of documents, send a lot of transcripts, SAT, ACT scores, and then the nerve-wracking time when you have to wait for your application. So here's the problem: international students have to send their documents and transcripts all the way from a different country to USA. And the colleges that receive that transcripts, it's really hard for them to authenticate because you never know the documents you're getting from another country, if that's valid or not. And the main issues for international students is you don't know the job placement of the college when you're sitting in a different country. You don't know if you'll be able to go along with the students, and you have to pay a lot of money to the agents to get through the process. The main issue is that you have to sign the transcripts, you have to go through your academic counselors, then you have to mail the transcripts to a different country. The authentication process takes a lot of time, effort, and money. So, presenting to you guys the solution for this, CleverApply. CleverApply is a blockchain-enabled network where students can just go put their documents on the network, and it's going to be timestamped. So that's how we're going to have a digital version of the authentication. So CleverApply is not really a document management network. You can also, the management engine is going to let you put your GPA, put the country you're interested in. And that's how we're going to filter. The different areas we have is you can go to different colleges, you can search different colleges, you can get connected to different colleges. And now Jack will talk about the technical specification of this project.
Hi. So let's begin by exploring why CleverApply is built on top of blockchain. The past 2 years have seen a lot of legislations come out of states like Ohio and Wyoming and Arizona, but we're going to be focusing on a specific bill from the Vermont General Assembly. To paraphrase, a record secured on a blockchain is to be considered authentic if, firstly, it contains a signature from a qualified certificate authority, such as Miami University's administration, notarizing a transcript. Secondly, that it has a timestamp from when the record was committed to the blockchain. Thirdly, that it has a timestamp from when it was accessed from the blockchain. Fourth, that that the record was generated from normal activity, such as a transcript being issued at the end of the semester. And finally, that the record was stored on the blockchain as a normal operation of that blockchain. To summarize, assuming we can meet those 5 expectations, a record secured on the CleverApply blockchain is legally considered completely genuine. So in order to tackle a lot of the problems that Karin laid out earlier, we use the Hyperledger Blockchain, which is a permissioned blockchain software development kit. Hyperledger was originally created in 2015 by IBM. However, ownership and management rights were transferred to the open source Linux Foundation soon after. Hyperledger is already being used by a bunch of very large entities. For instance, IBM and Walmart have partnered to create Food Trust, which is a supply chain network tracking edible goods. NASA as well has proposed a air traffic control network that runs on top of Hyperledger blockchain. We chose to use Hyperledger because any public blockchain lacks access and visibility controls, and when we're dealing with documents, it is paramount that the document can only be accessed by those who are relevant to it. So, document management, including vetting document fraud, is an extremely time and money heavy commitment for any university. The 3 most prevalent types of document fraud are forgery, where an official document is tampered with, fabrication, where an unofficial document is presented as an official document, and creative translation, which is where a document is translated from one language to another and misrepresented in that process. With a permissioned blockchain, fabrication and forgery are solved immediately. Only parties that are permitted to upload documents to the blockchain are allowed to actually make those documents. And further, any document committed to the blockchain can be traced back to the issuer and authenticated instantly. Creative translation is a little bit trickier and requires a little bit of ingenuity from CleverApply to solve. And I'll talk about our solution that we're approaching in our first year of live service, along with some other future goals in a moment. Between the document fraud and the sheer volume of authentic documents that an academic institution has to process, universities are forced to staff massive admissions departments. In 2017, Miami University processed 30,000 applications and relied on a faculty of 32 people to do so. At a conservative estimate median income of $35,000, Miami University pays $1.1 million to admissions labor annually. This is a ginormous cost that can be cut and allocated to funding clubs like the Blockchain Club, or funding professors, or getting new tech. CleverApply will be a massive paradigm shift in the international college application process, and universities like Ashland and Cleveland State believe so as well. We are working with them to deliver CleverApply to Indian students looking for academic opportunities abroad this year. However, we still would like to find 3 more universities to partner with before the end of the year. In pursuit of this goal, we will be releasing our MVP in June of 2019, which will demonstrate total functionality of the document management service for CleverApply. We will also be introducing scholarships on the network to incentivize students to use CleverApply, while also using our position to do some social good. As CleverApply moves forward, we will also be expanding how many students we are reaching. Once we have established a foothold in India, we will next be offering the CleverApply service to students in China. As more and more students begin to join the network, we will also be opening it to third-party services. As you're adding more countries, you're also adding more languages, and the aforementioned problem of creative translation will only get worse. Services like translators can join and profit off of the CleverApply ecosystem through this third-party service. We at CleverApply are excited to bring the college application process to the 21st century and provide students the cheapest international path to the highest quality academic institutions the world has to offer. Thank you.